varied ideas for this evening, and feel flexible and give your suggestions as well. I would like to read a bit for you and then sing for you and hear maybe your own stories. Maybe I should start from our hościowy guest. Powinnam chyba z naszego głównego gościa zacząć i przedstawić może dla nas z dalekiego kraju, Izraela. I will give you the microphone now, please.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much, because it's a great thing what you're doing here. I'm so moved and so touched. It's my heart speaking. I didn't prepare it. Actually, the parts that I know most are what I learned and what I heard from my grandfather. My grandfather grew up here. And his wish, actually the wish of the entire family, was to come to Eretz Israel, to Israel, and to help in building the country.
Israel.
My grandfather had few brothers, sisters, father, and grandfather. His grandfather was a Chai Polian. His father was Mayor Olian, who lived here. And then he had one brother from his father and mother who died when he was 1 year old. So he had an older brother, Herschel. And then his father married the sister of his mother. There is a habit for Jews about it. And he had, actually, I think I should say the names. So that he had Herschel, and then he had Abrasha, Miriam.
Abrasha is abbreviation from
Abram, that's right. Miriam, Chava, and Jacob. Well, I might be excited and maybe mix something. Of course, I never met them. I only heard about them. And when I grew up, I also saw letters that he received from his sisters and brothers when he was in Israel and they were here. When I'm reading that now as a father, actually it brings tears, because you can see the love and the longing. Well, there is. I brought it with me here. For example, there is a letter from his sister, which is 8 years old. 8 years old, and she's writing to him. She loves him, and she waits for the minute they will meet again, probably in Israel. Well, they didn't meet, of course. One of them died. I can tell you that on the way here, when I drove on the way here, well, I must be honest, I don't think too much about all the family that I didn't know. I think about them in the special day of Yom HaShoah, the Memorial Day, But on the way here, when I drove between the woods and saw this place where everything took place and actually happened, I can't even describe in words what it does. So thank you very much, and thank you for this effort, for this honor that you're all paying these ancestors and disease. Thank you.
I would love to read some fragments of the book written by also Krynki. Yes, of course. The book is called Liquidation. And this book is finally translated to English and German. Recently has been translated by our dear friend and supporter, the radio, the Białystok Museum, Beate Schutzmann-Krebs, who also visited here this synagogue at one point.
And she's watching.
And she's watching us now.
Yeah.
So many thanks, Beate, for your hard work. She did it voluntarily, all the translation. She also translated Krynki in Holben. This is the other memorial book of Krynki out of 3 memorial books. She translated to English and German too.
A się przetłumacz na polski to, co
teraz.
powiedziałeś.
Chciałam wam teraz przeczytać fragmenty książki napisanej przez człowieka z Krynek. Josel Cohen się nazywał. Książka ma tytuł Liquidation, jak wczoraj się stało. I ona w tym roku, na tę okrągłą rocznicę zagłady, została przetłumaczona przez naszą przyjaciółkę i wspierającą ideę Muzeum Białostockiego, Żydowskiego, Beatę Schutzmann-Krebs. I Beata również przetłumaczyła, są 3 księgi pamięci Krynek i ona przetłumaczyła 2 na język żydowski i niemiecki. Drugą książką przez nią przetłumaczoną są Krynki w zagładzie.
Ja się może dodam coś, bo nie wiem, przecież zdaję sprawę, że my to na gorąco, ja w tej chwili ludzie na całym świecie to oglądają. I Beata jest wśród tych ludzi. Nie, to wystarczy, to wszystko, co miałem do powiedzenia. Tak, że to jest, ja nie nagrywam też, ale to w tej chwili w Stanach, w Izraelu, w Australii oglądają to wszystko.
The whole world watches us now and listens, and also Beata.
Beata też, tak.
But beforehand, I would love to read a letter from her that she recently sent me regarding this event. Ale przedtem, zanim zacznę czytać fragmenty książki, przeczytam list od Beaty, który niedawno mi przysłała. Ich wil de schicken in einem Zugab etwas ein klein Poem, was ich hab einmal geschrieben, mit go viel Herren in die Augen meine. Das ist für die Aleiden, was sie haben getan, die letzte Schritt ihrer, wenn sie seinen geworden vertrieben in seiner Vernichtung. Dla mnie zij gedenken als lebendige. Sie werden kein Mal nicht sterben. Wysyłam ci krótki wiersz, który napisałam kiedyś z oczami pełnymi łez. Dedykuję go wszystkim Żydom, których ostatnie kroki skierowano ku zagładzie. Pamiętajmy ich jako żywych, niech nigdy nie umrą. In every cloud you shall see my face. You shall feel the wisp of my breath in the breeze. Feel it. I am and I will be. Believe in me. Think of me. W każdym obłoku ujrzysz mą twarz. Poczujesz me tchnienie na wietrze. Poczuj to. Jestem i będę. Wierz mi, pamiętaj mnie. Für die alle Umgebrachte und Ermordete von Krynki Ghetto. Ewig wird für uns bleiben, lichtig sehen und denken. wszystkim zabitym i zamordowanym z getta w Krynkach. Wiecznie światłem pozostanie dla nas o nich wspomnienie. Also, I received a short email from the relative of the author Cohen. Również otrzymałam krótki list od kuzynki autora tej książki, której zaraz przeczytam, która napisała w ten sposób o książce w paru słowach. The book details the childhood memories of Yosef Cohen, who left Krynki in 1911 after witnessing many historically important events, including the Tanner strikes and Great Fire. Ale może zaczytam fragment wstępu od Beaty do książki Liquidation. Wprowadzam nas tymi słowy. Znany autor i poeta Yosef Cohen, urodzony w Krynkach w 1897 roku, wspomina swe burzliwe dzieciństwo i młodość przełomu XIX i XX wieku. Z wielką wrażliwością i uderzającą szczerością opisuje życie religijne, rodzinne i kulturalne swojego sztetla. Zapoznajemy się tu z wielu mieszkańcami, ich pseudonimami, oczywiście z przodkami Josla, a także ze specyfiką krynka dialektu. Spotykamy starych znajomych z pozostałych dwóch krynka i Skłopiechera. Poznajemy tajniki garbarstwa i historię poszczególnych ulic krynckich. Widzimy małe miasteczko, które nagle aspiruje do centrum rewolucyjnego, antykapitalistycznego i antycarskiego dwiżenia. Zapraszam Was na wyjątkowo interesującą, ale też smutną wyprawę w przeszłość Krynek. Moja praca jest podarunkiem dla Was, ale będę bardzo wdzięczna za datki pieniężne dla Jewish Białystok, który wspiera również żydowskie dziedzictwo Krynek. Beaty Szucman-Krebs. Będę czytała po angielsku i po polsku. Page 81. Liquidation. Grandpa's speech. My grandpa, Chaim Mosher, used to say, a Jew must not weep, for this distracts from trust in God. What befalls a person is God's will alone, which must not be questioned or profaned by lamentation. Grandpa diminished his own grief by singing sad songs. His youngest son, Meishke, used to say to this, Father pocket himself. By this he meant he stifles sorrow within himself. There was much sorrow around Grandpa. Life at home oppressed him. He felt guilty toward his wife, for he knew she was right and her heavy load spoke from her. He was no good at earning a living, and even his poor position as shamus had to be secured for him with a vigor. Only the merit because of his father, who had built the best madrash at that time. He built this actual synagogue. Helped my grandma undermine the attempt of the Gaboim to push him ground from his position. Two main Gaboim were targeting him and making his life miserable. One of them was Borech Hochem, the surname being ironic and meaning the opposite. Not only was he giant, but he was also getting broader. His big belly and the golden chain war gave him authority. Actually, he was a simple Jew who had to work his way up. As an upstart, he loved to kiss up to others. From those who depended on him, he demanded subservience. My grandpa was not like a king. and did not used to dance around rich gentlemen. Frustration and the fact that he was also an unlucky person exacerbated the rejection from the boy. The main Gabe, Fishes, a biological nephew of my other grandfather, Uncle Bonnie, was a tall teenager with a beard. He was an industrious Jewish student, but a very vicious person. Wherever he was the boss and held influence, he insisted on being obeyed. Baron Fischkes was a great wood merchant and apparently expected my grandpa Chaim Osher to serve him as he was accustomed to as a menial. He was targeting my grandpa and making his life difficult. But the rabbi stood behind Chaim Osher and maintained his position as shamus. Due to my grandfather's credulity and naivete, there was one story that actually reduced his income gain considerably. The reputation of being very hospitable paupers often arrived in the shtetl not only from the surrounding area, but also from as far as Ukraine. In order to control who moved about the houses, the council of the community divided the shtetl into districts. Each district was assigned a certain gala, which also contained the begging box for the beggars' receipt. Twice a week, the colors were changed. Together with beggars, there also arrived a tall and strong Jew who pretended to be a discharged Nikolaevsk soldier. He spoke Yiddish with a strong foreign accent. This Jew liked Krynki, and he entered the Kafkaz of Bezmevesh, which became his hostel. He became himself useful. He brought water, helped sweep out and clean, brought wood, supplied the stove, and did as well. My grandpa supported him and let him watch. He used to go around and ask the bosses to give this some extra income. When the Jews saw that the Gabanim opposed my grandpa, he began to try to outdo him. With soldiery obedience, he began to do things for the region. In Bethlehem, he brought the children of food to the Heder, and many children he carried home on his shoulders. River did not like the show right from the start, and she used to tell grandfather to beware of him. The latter, however, resisted her, for it did occur to him at all that this broad-faced Jew wanted to do him any harm. It did not last long. The Jew was declared the chance, and the latter was now widely determined to outstrip my grandfather and to lend the respective blessings, became the prayer leader at weddings, christening, and other festivities. He actually became the shams. My grandpa's income was now almost completely reduced as a result. In the best measures, he had become special. He was not even allowed to commemorate Torah. My grandfather was completely confused. He did not understand what was going on around him. Grandma made a huge fuss
Unfortunately, the rabbi disapproved of the circumstances in the favor of my mother. He decided that Grandpa had the privilege to the shaman's position, and no one could take that away from him. The Jew disappeared, and just as one did not know where he came from, one did not know where he had gone. The events, however, shook Grandpa very much. Apparently, he had no idea of such human wickedness that would attack and assault him. It hurt him deeply that a Jew whom he had supported would turn against him in such a way. His pain was written all over his face. He became even more, did not like to answer and did not like anyway to take part in conversations. He went to the Slanish table more often when he was in the base mattress. He used to retire to the stove or to a corner and find them. I had a longing for him. From playing or from the hater, I would sneak to him in the basement. It was not Grandpa's way to curse or troll you, but his eyes expressed everything: pain, sadness, love, and grief. Exactly during the time when the described story took place, a great misfortune happened in the family. The eldest son, Perez, died. His death disturbed everyone. Before the funeral, the women were in the upper. My grandfather sat huddled in a corner. But when he was asked to pray the first Kaddish in the cemetery, his voice failed. He was overwhelmed by his pain and his own words, which he spoke to the deceased before. Parents had died quite suddenly. He had suffered continually from health and had discomfort in one eye, which had been made sick so that he would not have to serve. As a soldier. He would hardly see anything in this time. Because of the permanent headache, he often used to lie in bed for whole days. On Friday, right after the lesson, parents had not felt well at all, as if they had foreseen the tragic end. His sons ran to tell the family about his illness. As a result, everyone arrived at Barrett's family home. Even the child. The visitors sat in the large front room, drank tea and talked. Only my mother, peace be on her, stayed with the sick. Suddenly, Barrett rose and fell forward into her lap. When the visitors came to run in response to the scream, he was already dead. My mother could not get rid of the idea that she had breathed the breath of the dying man. She was then taken to reputable doctors in Grodno and Warsaw. My grandmother again took over the supervision of her project. When parents passed away, my grandpa left the room where the corpse lay so as not to disturb Shabbat. After the Shabbat meal, he went to the Slonimir table. Before the mincha prayer, my grandpa danced with the Hasids in a circle, faster and more boisterously than usual, and in a loud voice. After the Havdalah, when the corpse was laying ready on the floor, my grandpa arrived. He recited several psalms. When the first time to be said, the Jews asked, Reb Chaim Moshe, say the Scottish. Grandpa stepped to the edge of the grave and began, broken, filled with pain. My son, it is not you who will take the Kaddish after my death, but I must do it after your death. Where is me? So strained and after saying, God has given, God has taken away, he began first Kaddish for his eldest son. Teraz przeczytam to po polsku. W innych pisze, jak wczoraj się stało, strona 101, przemówienie dziadka. Mój dziadek, Moszar, zwykł mawiać, Żydowi nie wolno płakać, bo to odwodzi go od wiary, spotyka człowieka. To tylko wola Boża, której nie wolno kwestionować ani bezcześcić lamentem. Swoją biedą dziadek powiódł smutnymi śpiewami. Najmłodszy syn Mejszkę zwykł mawiać. Tego tatę pukać z ich. Miał przez to na myśli. On zagłuszał sobie gorycz. Wokół krążyło wiele bólów. W domu życie było dla niego ciężarem. Czuł się winien przed żoną i wiedział, że ona ma rację, a jedynie ciężkie los przyznał przynajmniej. Nie był dobry w zarabianiu pieniędzy i nawet jego innej szamesa, czyli sługi w synagodze. Trzeba było strzec jak oka, tylko autorytet jego ojca, doświadczego, czyli tego, w którym się znajdujemy. Pomagał babci wyczaić gaboin zdjęcia dziadka z tej pozycji. Dwóch głównych gaboin na dziadka zmieściło się nad nim. Jeden z nich, Bochochem, czyli błogosławiony, przydomek z ironią, oznaczający zupełnie coś przeciwnego. To Żyd gigant, bardzo rosły, wielkiego brzucha i z złotryjników, które przysparzały mu autorytet. Prosty Żyd, który się jako taki lubił hipokryzję, ale w porządku.
Sorry, everybody. I wasn't sure if you want to listen to the Polish translation because it's kind of lengthy. Do you want me to continue with this or anybody?
No, go ahead. You're right about the Polish translation. I don't think we have any Polish speakers online.
I would love
Yeah,
to hear her sing
Oh.
though. Can you come back and let us hear her sing?
Since I'm recording this, I'm afraid that this video might be taking way too much space. So I'm going to stop and resume when I'm going to come back when she finishes and she's going to sing.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, but
All right.
the rest of us will remain online.
Yes, please do. And yeah, I'm signing off for now. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well,
I heard Joanna has a beautiful voice, so I thought
oh
it would be nice
yes.
to hear her.
Oh yes. Yeah. She has several things posted on YouTube. And when I first met her, she gave me several of her recordings and I passed them out to the Vine, but at that time the Vine was half the size that it is now. Yeah, but she does a lovely job, and she even has a performance from, I think it's 2017 or 2019, where she had 4 children actually singing a Yiddish song, and I can't remember which one it was. And that's something I can share with you. Yeah. Yeah, she is a multifaceted person. She's got a very good eye for photographs. So I've certainly enjoyed what she has sent me. She likes doing close-ups of food and flowers, and they're very nice. All right, while we're waiting, if you have not put your name into the chat, so we know who you are, I'd appreciate that you would do it. Your screen names sometimes don't really say who you are. And I have a question. I see that there's, if there's, yeah, I think they're still with us. There's a screen name of Carmel. And since it's in Hebrew, I presume they're from Israel. I thought earlier I saw two young ladies there. If you're with us, please introduce yourself to us. I guess not, or the microphones are off. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself individually.
Hi, my name is Tali. I'm from Israel. And my brother Tomer is at the ceremony right now. He's the one that talked earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm very excited from all this production you've made. It's the first real connection besides letter and things I've read that I have with my grandfather's stories and history. And he was very dear to me. And that's very moving. I'm very touched from everything. Thank you.
It's been our honor to do it. I'm so glad that he came and said Kaddish.
Yeah, me too.
Where in Israel do you live?
I live in Tel Aviv.
I have a grandson who's spending birthright for 6 months, and he is currently in Yafo and working in Tel Aviv.
So I'm really near Yafo.
Which suburb?
It's Neve Tzedek. Do you know?
Yeah, I've seen the name.
Yeah, it's just it's just near Yafo, near Jaffa.
Yeah, it's a little south of Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you hear? What do you hear from him? Is he happy there?
Oh, he loves it. Absolutely. It's truly been transformative for him. He just graduated college, and this was a very good time for him to take birthright because between college and not having a career job yet, he had the time available. It's a unique time in his life. And he started off with birthright, which was about 10 days. Then he spent a week alone in Yerushalayim, and then he went to the yeshiva, the Chabad yeshiva.
Chabad. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the
name.
Yeah, but I can't. He spent 3 weeks there,